What if we shift our focus to the portrait of Queen Victoria? This captivating image often leads us to envision a woman of immense stature and strength, a regal presence that seems to embody the empire she ruled. However, the stark contrast lies in the reality of her physical form, which reveals a figure both delicate and small. Standing at merely 4'11", Victoria carried the weight of a vast empire on her shoulders, yet her frame was often burdened by personal struggles that left visible marks on her face. As we examine her likeness, it's evident that the carefully crafted facade veils a woman who grappled with deep emotional turmoil and chronic health issues. Her portraits, composed with precision, projected an image of imperial might while obscuring the vulnerability that defined much of her life. The soft, round features depicted in art are a stark contrast to the harsh reality of her struggles, which were often manifest in her expressions of stress and sadness. Instead of a towering monarch who radiated power, the true Queen Victoria was a woman of contrasts. Despite ruling over half the globe, her life was marked by personal anguish and isolation, compounded by the pressures of her role. Each royal portrait served as a shield, masking her frailties and the emotional burdens she carried through tumultuous times. The true depth of her character, seen in her often stern yet soft features, illustrates a profound truth about leadership. It demands strength even from those who feel weak within. As we learn from her image, the tale of a ruler's life is often as complex as the history that surrounds them. But even with her enduring challenges, Victoria's legacy stands tall, intertwined with the history of an empire that spanned the globe. Through the lens of modern examination, we peel back the layers of time, revealing not just a queen, but a woman whose struggles humanize the narrative of power and sovereignty. Let this exploration remind us that the images crafted for posterity, while powerful, often obscure the truth of the individuals behind the crowns. In recognizing their vulnerabilities, we gain a clearer vision of our past, reshaping how we understand the fabric of history itself. As we shift our gaze from Victoria, let's delve into the manipulation of royal imagery itself. Artists were not merely painters, they were political agents, tasked with the responsibility of shaping public perception. Each brushstroke served a purpose, often aimed at crafting an illusion that aligned with the narratives those in power wished to promote. Scars and imperfections were eradicated not only for aesthetics, but to establish an unyielding image of authority, promoting strength where there might have been only frailty. The delicate balance of humanity and leadership, however, reminds us that behind every facade lies a complex story waiting to be uncovered. As we turn our attention to the intricate relationship between art and power, it's evident that these royal portraits were more than mere representations. They were strategic endeavors designed to manipulate public opinion. The artists, under orders from these monarchs, carefully curated an image that would inspire awe, fear, or reverence, reflecting not just the ruler's ideals, but also the expectations of their time. Each carefully chosen detail, from the posture to the attire, articulated a story that resonated with the viewer, a narrative of dominance and prestige carefully illustrated on canvas. Thus, the royal imagery functioned as both a mirror and a mask, reflecting aspirations while concealing the often painful realities of life behind the gilded frames. As we transition from the exquisite art of royal portraiture to the darker implications of these crafted images, we must consider how they influenced society's perception of power. The paintings not only upheld the dignity of the crown, but also established a standard of beauty and strength that rulers were expected to embody. This standard often ignored the very human experiences of illness, struggle, and vulnerability that these monarchs faced daily. In doing so, they perpetuated an ideal that shaped the aspirations of the people, further entrenching their authority while distorting reality. Through this lens, it becomes clear that these portrayals were more than just art. They served a vital function in ensuring the continuity of royal power across generations, masking the inherent fragility of their reigns. The manipulation of royal imagery did not stop at mere aesthetics. It reached into the very foundations of how society viewed authority. Artists wielded their brushes as tools of propaganda, crafting figures that exuded power while hiding true frailties. This intentional distortion set unrealistic ideals for future generations, driving a wedge between perception and reality. The very essence of monarchy became intertwined with the art, creating a legacy that demanded strength from those who often felt their vulnerabilities hidden within. In the end, understanding the truth behind these royal portraits allows us to see history through a different lens, revealing the complex human experiences of those who once ruled. The narratives shaped by art remind us that behind every crown lies a story of resilience, struggle, and the very essence of humanity itself.